When evening fell, King Shahryar turned to Scheherazade and said, "Now the time has come for you to fulfill your promise to me and tell me the story of Ali Baba and the enchanted cave." Scheherazade smiled and began her tale. "It has reached me, O wise king, that long ago in a distant land where palm trees whispered secrets and the scent of spice filled the air, there lived a humble man named Ali Baba. He was a simple woodcutter. His sandals were worn thin and his shirt had never known an iron. He lived on the outskirts of the city in a tiny hut where poverty lingered like a shadow. He ate only what nature gave him, or what the market left behind. Ali Baba shared his home with Morgana, a clever and loyal servant girl. Unlike him, his cousin Qasim was rich, but his wealth had hardened his heart. His wife only smiled when counting gold, and both of them looked down on Ali Baba and Morgana as if they were dirt beneath their feet. One morning, Ali Baba went into the forest as he did every day to gather firewood. As he was collecting branches, he suddenly heard the sound of galloping horses. Startled, he quickly hid behind a large rock, holding his breath. From his hiding place, he saw something beyond belief. 40 men on horseback, each one fierce and heavily armed. They stopped before a massive stone wall. The leader stepped forward and called out, "Open, Sesame!" To Ali Baba's amazement, the solid rock split open, revealing the entrance to a hidden cave. One by one, the thieves entered, and the cave closed behind them, as if it had never been there. Ali Baba waited, silent and still, until the thieves had gone. Then he approached the rock cautiously and whispered the same words, "Open, Sesame." The stone obeyed, revealing a magical cave lit by the glow of gold and jewels stacked in piles. Ali Baba stepped inside, overwhelmed by what he saw, treasures that belonged in legends. He filled his sack with as much as he could carry and hurried back home, his heart racing with every step. Back home, Ali Baba told no one about the treasure, except for Morgana. She was sharp and discreet, and he trusted her more than anyone. Needing to measure the gold he had brought, Morgana went next door to borrow a measuring cup from Qasim's wife. But instead of asking directly, she said, "I need it to weigh some wheat." Qasim's wife found it strange. She knew Ali Baba never had wheat in his home. Curious, she placed a bit of wax at the bottom of the cup before giving it to Morgana. When the cup was returned, her trick revealed a surprise, a single gold coin stuck to the wax. Her eyes widened in disbelief. She rushed to her husband, panting, and cried, "Ali Baba! That poor man, he's weighing gold. Gold, Qasim. Where did he get it from? We are the ones with wealth, not him. How dare he have what we don't?" Greed flared in Qasim's heart. Blinded by jealousy, he marched to Ali Baba's house that very day. Ali Baba, unaware of Qasim's intentions, greeted him kindly for the first time in years. "Welcome, cousin," he said warmly. "I was just on my way to the forest, but once I return, let's sit and talk like old times." Qasim smiled a false smile and replied, "Of course, Ali Baba, of course." But deep inside, he had only one goal, to uncover the secret and take the treasure for himself. The next morning, Qasim secretly followed Ali Baba into the forest. He kept his distance, hiding among the trees, until he saw Ali Baba stand before the great rock and say, "Open, Sesame." The stone parted once more, and Ali Baba entered. Qasim watched, burning with envy. When Ali Baba emerged carrying another small sack, Qasim hid until he was gone. Then, with greed lighting up his eyes, he approached the rock and declared, "Open, Sesame." The cave opened, and Qasim stepped inside, his arms trembling with excitement. Gold, diamonds, rubies, jewels beyond count. Laughing like a madman, he loaded one sack, then another, and another. He wanted it all, in one visit. He even brought 3 mules for the task. But in the frenzy of greed, he forgot the words. Open. Barley. No. Open lentils. Open chickpeas. He shouted every name he could think of, but the cave would not open. Panic gripped him. He banged on the stone, shouted louder, but it was useless. Then he heard hooves. The thieves were returning. Trapped and trembling, Qasim was caught like a rat in a trap. The leader of the thieves roared, "Who are you? How did you get inside?" Terrified, Qasim stammered, "It wasn't me." "My cousin, Ali Baba. He's the one. He took your gold, not me." He betrayed Ali Baba in a heartbeat, thinking only of saving himself. But his cowardice did not save him. The thieves, furious and betrayed, dragged Qasim's trembling body from the cave. They had no intention of letting him go, but before they dealt with him, they forced him to reveal the location of Ali Baba's home. That same night, under the cover of darkness, a new danger crept toward Ali Baba's house. But inside that humble home, someone was watching. Someone who feared nothing. Morgiana stood by the window, alert, her eyes scanning the shadows. The wind moved the curtains gently, as if whispering secrets of the night. Morning light began to rise, and at that very moment, Scheherazade paused. She looked toward the window of her own chamber, where the first rays of dawn were breaking through. "And here," she said softly. Scheherazade perceived the morning light and ceased the permitted speech. King Shahryar leaned forward, eyes wide with curiosity. He longed to hear what happened next, to know if Ali Baba survived, if Morgiana outwitted the thieves, if justice was ever served. But he held his tongue. He had learned the art of patience for another night in the world of stories yet to come.